Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. There are no significant impacts expected for today and tomorrow, as we've seen the cold front move through and decrease temperatures significantly region-wide with an increase in relative humidities. But winds will be back across the southern portions of the Great Basin by Friday. Yesterday we saw a pretty good amount of precipitation in central and northern Nevada as that low pressure system kind of just sat in place during the day. Still looking for dry conditions over Utah and southern Nevada, however. And for lightning, we did see quite a few widespread thunderstorms there in northeast Nevada and even up into south central Idaho. Great Basin fire activity still remains fairly low across much of the area. However, we are seeing a couple more fires pop up there over far southwest Utah, especially where those very strong winds were yesterday, and we've seen our fuels cure out there. Precipitation for the past 7 days is shown here. This doesn't include much of the precipitation from yesterday in Nevada, but still seeing some pretty healthy amounts there, between a half to a quarter of an inch over the last 7 days. And that's actually bringing those values closer to normal for the time of year for central Nevada. Elsewhere, Utah and southern Nevada still very dry. ERCs are shown here. We have seen them come down over the last 24 hours over Nevada, and we'll see them come down in Utah as well as that cold front continues to pass through and decrease those fire danger values there. Cooler temperatures will filter into southern Utah, but some of those areas will still stay pretty dry and not quite as cool. Taking a closer look at those ERCs over the last few days, we've seen a pretty dramatic drop in fire danger values there in north central Nevada. Across far southern Utah, however, those values have stopped their really fast rise, but they've kind of leveled off a bit over the past few days. The satellite imagery for this morning continues to show that area of low pressure in place over northern Nevada and western Idaho. We'll see the showers continue across the northern half of the area today and even move into northern Utah as that low tracks further east. So by this afternoon, looking for those showers to continue over Idaho, far northeast Nevada, and then begin to move into Utah as well. As for Utah, not looking for the same amount of precipitation as Nevada saw yesterday, but some more scattered type showers, mainly over the higher elevations. Fire potential is fairly low across much of the region, except for our drier areas there in eastern and southern Utah. Wind speeds have died down significantly from yesterday. However, we will still see some gusty areas at the ridge tops in Utah and there in northeast Nevada and up into Wyoming as well. Relative humidities are much higher today than yesterday, especially over Utah, but we do see some lower values in southeast Utah and southern Nevada. More of the same is expected on Thursday, with drier conditions across the south and continued moist conditions across the north. We will see wind speeds pick up a bit across northern Nevada as well. Again, looking at those increased winds, northeast Nevada on Thursday, fairly light winds over Utah and southern Nevada on Thursday, with drying returning to central and southern Utah and southern Nevada. On Friday, as that low kind of lifts off to the northeast, it sends another strong little cold front into northern Utah. That will increase the winds across southern Nevada, southern and southeast Utah for high-risk triggers issued there. Winds won't be quite as strong with this event as we've seen over the past couple of days, but still looking for some pretty good gusts, 40 to 45 miles an hour there, mainly over central and eastern and southern Utah. Minimum relative humidities continue to decrease across the southern half of the Great Basin by Friday with those increased southerly winds. Relative humidities are dipping down into the single digits there in southeast Utah. 3-day precipitation totals are shown here. This is mainly looking for precipitation for today and then again maybe on Friday night. Most of the precipitation is done over Nevada, but we will still see a little bit coming in that Friday time frame. And northern Utah will get some today as well as on Friday. By Saturday, that low moves off to the east, and we'll see drying begin to move in to the geographic area. We may still see cooler temperatures on Saturday. And on Sunday, we'll see a weak ridge begin to move into the southern Great Basin for some warming across much of the region. Continued warm temperatures on Monday underneath that ridge with a little bit of moisture moving in across the north. The extended forecast for May 27th through June 2nd is putting a pretty good bullseye of above normal temperatures over Utah and Nevada, with below normal temperatures expected across Idaho. We are looking to see if there's a little bit more moisture moving up into the southern half of the Great Basin as we get into the end of May and in the first part of June. This concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.